Uh, FYI there. Okay, cool. All right. So pen and paper, drop it in the chat, whatever. I want you to think, I'm going to start, I think, doing weekly goals since we meet weekly as of now. And just know, guys, too, that this is a membership. As more people join, that things can change, and know that I always have your best interest, and that it's usually for the better of like how I can deliver and get you guys results the most efficient way. So for now, we're going to do weekly income goals. And if you don't like income, then do clients. Okay. So weekly goal to next week. So you have like accountability to check in, right? So I want you to write down your weekly income or client goal. And I want you to notice if you have resistance around that. I want you to notice if you're like, right? Drop it in the chat if you have resistance around that. And it's totally fine. I get resistance around things, but it's just good to notice, right? And just having a hard time settling because I'm having. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't, oh, you mean you have resistance because you're going out of town, and that's okay. But just for this call, okay. So when are you going out of town? When are you guys going hiking? Tell me when you're going, because it's Tuesday. So if you're going out of town next week, okay. So for you, it's a little bit different, but Monday to Thursday. Okay. So from Tuesday to Monday, that's still almost a week. So just notice, and here's the thing, it doesn't actually matter. What this is telling us is this is giving us feedback around where there's resistance. And I'm really curious, if you take off the week and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll do a month. Does it change? Is it, I guess what I'm asking, is it really that you're going out of town, or is there resistance around having a set goal? And just notice, right? Like, no judgment. We are human first. We get to be humans with our cute little brains telling us all the stories. So just notice. Just notice. And I'm curious if you can drop it in the chat and say, okay, if I give myself an extra week, or if I do it a month instead, does that help? And just noticing what works for you. Maybe weekly income goals don't work for you. Maybe monthly is better. That's cool. You know, but just getting curious around the stories our cute little brain is telling us, right? But but you have to have a goal, whether it's next month or whatever, because this works with the goal. And I'm actually really excited Kara's on this call, because she missed the last time that we did something where we visualize the money. We're going to do that again today. And I'm really excited she's on this call, because I think that'd be really powerful. Month and week work, but daily goals don't make sense in this industry. Yeah, totally understand that. You don't have to, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, recently I started planning out my monthly, my 3-month and monthly, weekly, and daily. And it has changed everything for me. I use Asana. So if you guys want a training over that, when I get good at it, I will drop a training in the membership because I'm going to start doing more trainings, and some of them will be in the free membership, and then some of them will be access just for you guys. Right. No, not, it's called Asana. It is a program that I use for mapping out everything. And it's been such a game changer because Asana. And it's been such a game changer because I feel like so many people are missing the mark with being intentional in their business. It's project management. I don't really use it for project. I mean, I guess I have a lot of different projects, but mine, the way, that's why I'll do a training for you guys, because the way I use it's different. It's to plan out, map out goals, but then it's also like mapping out like for me, like content and what I'm talking about this month. And it's just helps me be more intentional. Like for me, and for those of you that are business owners that do stuff like what I do, and I would imagine even for Holly, it's similar for you, but like knowing what I'm talking about, when, what am I offering, and then who's that person I'm speaking to, then what's the content I'm writing, and having that intentionality has changed everything for me. So yes. Yeah. Anyways, so just FYI on that. But you guys have your goal. Let me know. Just like thumbs up, drop in the chat. Like, you don't have to tell me what your goal is. You can, but just so so I know that you have it. Cool. 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 Okay. Now I do not want you to think about this. I just want you to free write everything that you need to do, everything that you should be doing, to get to your money goal. Just free write. You don't have to drop it in the chat. I just want you to get all of it out, brain dump. Everything you need to do. Back end on your website. Content, talk about my offers, like me moving platforms, like back end and strategic things. And maybe it's mindset things, but I want you to get it all out. Everything that you should be doing. Okay. Get it all out. And I'm just going to hold space. So you guys either thumbs up or drop it in the chat when you're done, because I don't know exactly how long that would take. I would say no more than a few minutes, but if you guys just thumbs it up, so I know. And notice like it might feel a little bit like stressful, but also after you get it all out, it probably feels pretty good. Yeah. Like it might be like, oh, what do I need to do? And now you're like, well, now it's all out, right? Okay. All right. So now I want you to look at that list. Thank you. Thank you guys. I want you to look at that list and how much of that is I should be doing versus what you actually need to do. I really want you to think about this because I recently did this and I had a lot of shit on my list that I was like, this actually like, yes, do I need to do it? Yes. But like, can I hire somebody or it's not priority? And I just want you to notice because I asked you what you should be doing. And in my world, you know, I like the path of least resistance. I like making money with ease. Like I am not here to teach you guys to make money the difficult way. There is a way to make money that is very fluid and organic to you. And my intention with this container is to teach you guys that and to have you really see that, but also help you find out what is your way, right? So I want you to give me a percentage. How much of that list is like, it actually needs to be done? Or is it kind of like, I'm shooting all over myself? Like I should do this, I should do that. And maybe you wrote it strategically and it is things that actually need to be done, which is cool. But I just want you to notice if anything came out that's not really, doesn't really matter. Like it maybe matters, like, but it's not income producing. Guys, there is very, very different in doing work in your business that bring in income producing activities versus like, for example, redoing your website in the long run. Yeah, it's probably good. But is that actually going to help you make more sales right now, today? So if you guys are having inconsistent income or you're not at the income level you want, why are you worried about your website? I have several mentors that make multiple 7 and 8 figures and they don't have websites. Maybe they do now, but they got to 7 figures without a website. So I want you to really question the things that you're doing that are taking up your time. Does it need to happen? Or are you shooting all over yourself? Are you like, I should do this and it should be this way and I have to do it like this? Right? I know. It's so easy. We just like to overcomplicate it. And we overcomplicate it because our brain is freaking out about the things that we're going to lose if we get the success and money we have or the problems it's going to bring. And then it gives us brain fog, right? And so we can't, nothing clicks in. Everything seems complicated. We are overwhelmed. We're frustrated. We're overthinking. And then we start doing this work and it becomes clear. That's the number one thing I get from all of my clients is I now have clarity. I now see the next step. I now know what to do. Are you guys picking this up? Okay, so I want you to drop in the chat one thing that you can take off that should list, that you don't actually need to do it. And listen, guys, I'm not telling you not to do a website. That's not what I'm telling you. And in different industries, it's different, but you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Sometimes we do work that isn't actually moving the needle. And I would rather support you guys in making money now, today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, So you can hire people to help you with those things, or you can, do it later when you actually feel safe in your business and you're receiving money. Like there are coaches that sell coaching packages. Like I heard, I don't know, one of the big, to be like in the coaching world, I don't know any of the big name coaches. Like I'm just now figuring that out. And is it Melanie and Layer Alpha Film? I don't follow her. That's not really my jam, but like, somebody said that she started out like doing coaching calls in her car, and now she makes like $1 million months. Like she's so crazy up there, right? So really think about all these things that we're telling ourselves that we need to do or we should do to make the money we want. And then I want you to ask yourself why. We're going to get to the bottom of it if you don't know why, but I'm curious before we get to the bottom of it, if you know. Scheduling stuff on Twitter, right? Right. Thank you. I'm so glad. Like if you see that and you're like, okay, that's not really bringing me money. Redo my offers. Oh my God. I love that you said that. I have been so excited. I'm so excited for our call tomorrow. Like I am just so fucking ecstatic to like, oh my gosh. So for those of you who don't know, Kara is in another container with me and I'm just so damn excited. I can't stand it. Redo my offers. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. What else, guys? What can we leave off the should list? And it could just be like being hard on yourself. Like it could just be like, I beat myself up too much and I'm ready to let that go because it takes up so much fucking energy, right? What else are we leaving off? And if you're having trouble with that, that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You can't mess it up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, but you guys feel free to drop it if you need to. I feel pretty clear about this week. September, not so much. Good to know. So what do you need to be clear in September? Do you need to try Asana? Do you need to plan it out? Like, is it strategic or is it energetic? Does that make sense? Is it like because guys, I will tell you right now, I'm going to give you a golden nugget that's worth $1 million that people pay me a lot of money for me to tell them. If you feel confused, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel frustrated, that is not a strategy problem. That is an alignment problem. Have you ever sat in a training and people are telling you how to do something and it's just not fucking clicking? Like you're getting it, but like you can't implement it. Like it's just something, it's like a short wire, like a short circuit. That is an alignment issue, not a strategy issue. Now, guys, as we scale, our strategies will need to change. I am not hating on strategy, right? That's not my point. My point is you won't be able to utilize the strategy if there's a fear and your brain is keeping you from like absorbing the information and implementing it. Does that make sense? For the first time, my list is doable and realistic, but for the first time, that's amazing. Why do you think why do you think that happened now? Is it the work that you're doing in this container? Is it something else? Because guys, we want to start clocking what is working for us. If you're like, this work helped me do this, then prioritize that, right? Start prioritizing what's actually moving the needle. And we are getting so far off like what this training is supposed to be about, but that's okay. I'm cool with it. Oh, because of last week's work. I know I actually just saw your message. I'll respond in the Facebook group, but that was amazing. Like it made me teary eyed. I was like, I love this. Like, I love you guys. Like you guys are my people. Okay. All right. So that's freaking amazing. I have like chills over here. Okay. So now we're going to do some rating, then we're going to do some visualization, then we're going to do some tapping, and you guys are going to leave feeling so much different than when you walked in today or got in, and you didn't walk in, but you know what I mean, logged in, right? Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like, yes, I need to do more to be successful. Answer from your body. Do not overthink it. I need to do more to be successful. Good to notice. Good. Oh, that's a good one to notice. And just notice that it's okay if these numbers are high, that they will be lower when you walk away today, I promise, if not 0. Okay. Yeah. If you guys haven't read the 4-Hour Work Week, I highly recommend it. I'm going to start posting in the Facebook group like have so many freaking recommendations for you guys. It's insane. Like, I also, if does anybody on this call have ADD? I do. And I've like clinically diagnosed ADD. I don't take medication because it fucks with my adrenals, but literally had to learn how to use ADD as a superpower. And it's been difficult. Like, I really struggled like in school, and I also have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic, learning disability, whatever. Now I'm a super reader, but like, you know what I mean? So if anybody on this call is ADD or ADHD, you should read the book. I think it's called ADHD 2.0. I'll post it in the group. I also meant to post it in the group. I can post so many things for you guys. Like, I'm telling you, so many changes are coming. So just know ADHD 2.0. I'll link it. I'll drop it here. But if you guys struggle with staying focused and you struggle with nervous system regulation, I highly recommend, because just because you're not ADD doesn't mean that you don't deal with the things that come with ADD, like not being able to focus or having a dysregulated nervous system. So anyways, I'll post it in the group too, the free Facebook group. And I'm also going to post the money meditation that I talked about last time. So I'm going to start posting more like helpful resources for you guys. So cool. I don't know why I got onto that, but anyways, okay. So next question, on a scale from 1 to 10, I need to do it right. Need to do it right. 10 being like, yeah, I need to do it right. 1 being like, I'm cool. Again, no right or wrong answers. Oh, guys. Okay. Good to notice. 3, I need to be more confident to get the money I want. I need to be more confident to get the money that I want. Right? I know. This one is a big one. I actually went through this process and I was really surprised at like how much I was struggling with that. And I was like, whoa, like I consider myself pretty confident, but guys, we're human. We ebb and flow. Like, it's okay for us not to be confident 100% of the time. That's why you get the support, because we are human and sometimes we need people to support us in our humanness. Okay. Number 4, I need to be perfect. And I'm curious, I'm going to ask this in 2 ways. Drop it the first way, I just need to be perfect. Feel into from your body, I need to be perfect. Drop it in the chat. Now, I need to be perfect to make the money I want in my business. See if that changes the number, because it's gonna tell us if it's a business money problem or if it's a us problem. I mean, it's both, right? And I don't mean us problem, but you know what I mean. Good to notice. I have to be perfect in my business versus I have to be perfect in my life. Notice the difference. Notice what your body is telling you. So for a lot of you, not all of you, but for a lot of you, it changed with business. So that tells us if the number is higher with business, it has to do, I would probably say it has to do with success being linked to worth. I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to put words in your mouth or your experiences, but if it has to do with work, that's usually what it's about. So question that. Do I tie my success or my worth to my success? Because guys, I'm going to drop a crazy truth bomb right now. A lot of us in this container have done work on this over and over, not only with me in this container, but even before this. For example, like I know Kara has, because we graduated from the same coaching school. And I know that this work is really heavy in our certification. Sorry, it was a certification program. And I know that. So I know that we've done that work and it's still there. So sometimes it's really nice to just be like, oh, that's still here. Not good or bad, doesn't mean anything. But a lot of times people will come to me and say, oh, I've already done that work. And I'm like, well, probably wouldn't be having the problems you have if it was cleared. So just getting curious if the number changed with business, why it's different for business than it is in just before I added the business and money part. Okay, that'll tell you if it's more like worth or deservingness versus success kind of thing, like money success thing. Does that make sense? You have some questions about that? Okay, let me know if you do. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, this is kind of hard to articulate. So let's see how it works. But it's the concept of like, how much do you have the thought of like, who am I to help others? And for somebody that isn't like maybe in a very heart-centered business, which is totally fine. Maybe the question then becomes, who am I to make the money that I want? Notice which one feels very like stingy and track that. So like 10 is like, oh yeah, I have that. And 1 or 0 is like, no. Just notice if that thought is there, if it's sensational in your body. Good to notice. I love that. Lower than it used to be. Yeah. If I do this, I am to make the money I want. Okay, what about the other one? Who am I to help people? I know that you're pretty solid in that because I know that you really believe in the work that you do. Yeah. Because you're like, I can place people like this and nobody else can do that. Because we had that conversation on our one-to-one, or maybe it was 1-to-1, or maybe it was the other container. I don't remember. 5. Okay. So for you, it's more personal. So get really curious around like, is it deserving? Is it worthy? Right? Yeah. And at the end, you'll probably know, but good to notice the difference, right? Okay. The last one. This is the reveal of what we're doing in this call if you guys haven't figured it out. I am an imposter. 10 being like, oh yeah, that stings. And it could be like imposter in your business, but it could be imposter with like money. Like, who am I to help people, like coach people with money, or like, who am I to make the money I want? Or, I'm an imposter. Just see what feels alive for you. I am an imposter. Oh my gosh, I love how low these numbers are. Okay, great. I know. I love it. It's like proud mama moment over here. Okay. So now some of you have experienced this, but I want to bring it back in because I'm working on bringing in different parts of different areas of the body and the brain and like different parts of my framework in to really like hit all areas. And I love this. The last time we did this, everyone loved it. So just notice that we haven't done any change work yet. And all I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine the amount of money. So your goal that we established at the beginning. How close is it? Can you see the money? Is it there? Is it black and white? Is it small? Is it grainy? Does it feel close? Does it feel far away? Notice where it is and notice where you are in respect to it. Oftentimes when we do this process, the closer and more vivid it is, the closer we are to it. So notice, and if you have trouble with this, let me know, drop it in the chat, but like, just notice, close your eyes, that amount of money, it's here. Does it feel easy? Does it feel close? Is it, and another one is black and white, close and vivid, amazing. If it's black and white, that's usually a tall tale sign that there needs to be work done on it. The more vivid, the more close, the more realistic it is, the better. And don't worry, we're going to do this at the end. We're going to come back and like supercharge it, but just noticing. Good to notice. Gold $100 bills. I love that. My favorite like message to this day is when you sent me that picture with the bear and the dollar bills. Like it was best picture ever. Actually, I think you sent me 2 pictures like that. Like, look at the money I'm making. I love it. It's like my favorite thing. I know. Like, I love my community. Yeah, you should do it. I love it. Do it. Be proud of the money you guys make. Like, go and like brag on yourself. It's amazing the work that you're doing. Like, I'm so proud of all of you. And just know that if you are experiencing an ebb and flow, it's normal, right? Like, I think there's a lot in the industry where people do not normalize ebb and flows of business, like of business and being a business owner and even money. Like, it's not like this, it's like this, right? And like, for me, I've had to learn how to not take it personally. And I know a lot of us know that logically, but if you really feel into your body, it feels different, right? And so a lot of us, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Drop in the chat what I was just saying, because there was something important. Oh, about the ebb and flow. There we go. Sorry. And so for me, now I just look at it as like, I'm just testing things out. I'm testing new types of content. I'm testing new ways of talking to my audience. Like, it's nothing about me. And that's the real CEO energy of like, oh, okay, let me test this out. Oh, this boundary is being crossed. I don't feel good with this. I'm going to put a boundary, and that's okay if I take a temporary income dip because I know I'm going to attract in the right kind of people. Do you see the difference of like doing it out of being scared and like taking on anybody and like letting your boundaries be crossed? And I don't want to take a dip in income, so I'm not going to like set my boundaries, or I'm not going to look at it as like testing things out. Guys, we're all being so hard on ourselves. Like, we're not perfect. It's not a straight line to the top. And then we somehow judge ourselves. So full permission to just let go of that, right? Right. Setting boundaries is important for freaking everyone. And I'm going to tell you right now that if your boundaries are not tight in your business with your clients, but also with yourself and the people that you surround yourself with, you will not allow yourself to grow in business, because you will have an unconscious misunderstanding that you won't be able to hold more. If you are in a situation where people are crossing your boundaries and not respecting you, or just crossing your boundaries because you're not setting them, you will latch onto a misunderstanding of like, oh, well, I can't take on more because I'm already out of integrity with my own boundaries. Does that make sense? So that is super important for everyone. Super important. And not just in your business, in your personal life too. Okay. All right. So good to notice if it's far away. If it's not, if it's black and white, don't worry. Okay, so we're going to do some tapping. Okay. Okay, I was just looking at the time. Okay, so we're going to tap out the negative, and then we're going to install the positive. Sorry, I've got my script written because I wrote all of my stuff. But if I'm not looking at you guys, that's why, because I didn't type it out today. I wrote it. I was feeling like a pen and paper gal. Okay, so what are we tapping out, guys? Like, I need to be perfect. Things have to be like, I wrote it down. Hold on. I need to do more to make more. I need to do it right. I need to be more confident. Yeah. Making decisions for what I do this fall can and will be simple. Good. And you can tap on that. If you feel like resistance to it being easy, tap on it being hard and install it being easy, and watch what happens. When you go to sit down to map it out, it'll be easy. Guys, a lot of this work is us taking control of our brain instead of our brain controlling us, our brain and body, right? It's like, no, like when we tap or we do something like that, we're just taking back the control and saying, no, like, I'm in control here. We're going to focus on this. It's safe for me to like do X, Y, Z, right? Look at it like that, like you're taking back, captain of the ship, right? Okay, I need to be perfect. Yeah, okay. I know. And that's the one thing like you really need to work on, or, you actually, one person on this call has done this with me. Actually, two of you might have, I don't know. I know one of you at least has. So I actually have a hypnosis, like a deep healing money hypnosis that I do. I don't offer it to everyone because it requires me to hold a lot of space, and I've moved out of that more deep healing work. But if that's ever something you're interested in, let me know, because you can do it on your own. This container and the stuff that you learn in this container is enough. It just might take longer. Like tapping every day is like, I can do in one session what would take you months to do with tapping, right? So just FYI on that. It's not something I offer to everybody, but because you guys are in this container, I would offer that to you. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Okay. So here we go. You guys ready? So I want you to like feel those sensations in your body. So like, where does it feel in your body? Like, I need to work hard to make money. I need to do it right. I need to be more confident. Like you're basically just saying that you're wrong. This is all about making yourself wrong when really you get to make whatever kind of money you want with whatever. Like it doesn't matter. You guys, the way you feel about what you want matters more than anything else. So if I can give you anything as a takeaway, it's that. Release the resistance to what you're doing wrong and what you want, and watch what happens. Your resistance is just a protection mechanism. Okay, so feel it in your body. Like, where does that feel? Like, I need to work, I need to do it perfect, it needs to be hard. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? I'm just feeling all the emotions, all the thoughts, and all the sensations of these stories that my cute little brain are telling me that I have to work hard to make money. Money has to be hard. I have to do it right. I have to do everything right, because if I don't, I'm going to fuck it up and I'm never going to make any more money and people won't buy from me and then I'll feel really terrible. And I'm just so ready to let that go. And I know logically it's not true, but I still feel it in my body. It's still in my thought process. Like it's still there. And I'm just so ready to let it go. Any thoughts that I need to do better, I need to be better, I need to do it right, I need to work hard, I'm letting that go now. I'm feeling all of those sensations, all of those emotions, all of those feelings and thoughts drain into the earth now. They're no longer mine. Let it go. Let it go. Peace. Okay, we're going to start at the top of the head. I just feel like I need to be more confident. I feel like I need to do everything perfectly. I feel like I'm just not doing it right. I feel like everyone else is more successful than me. I feel like I'm just not getting it. Something's not clicking and it's not working. And I'm so frustrated. And I'm just so ready to let that go because I can make money anytime I want because I know how to release the resistance. I know how to make myself feel better about what I want, because how I feel about what I want matters more than anything else. And I'm just letting go of any thoughts, any beliefs, any sensations that are no longer serving me. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah, something shifted right there. Peace. Okay, one more time. Letting go of this misunderstanding that I need to be perfect. I need to be more successful. I need to be more confident. I'm letting go of the misunderstanding that I need to be anyone different to make the money I want. I don't have to be different. I am human and I get to have a human experience and still make the money I want. So any thoughts, any feelings, any sensations that are no longer serving me, I get to just let it go now. Those are just stories my brain is telling me. It's not true. And I'm letting it go now. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah, there. Peace. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to do the installation for the good stuff. You guys know the deal. It's here. Okay, ready? It's okay to be human. I get to make the money I want the way I want. I get to be confident because I choose to be confident. I have all the tools I need to make myself feel confident. I felt confident before, and I can feel confident now. And when I'm confident, I know I'm doing it right. I don't have the thought of, oh, I can't do that. It's like, no, I know how to do that. And I have the support to do it. It is safe for me to make the money I want. It is safe for me to do things messy. We are all humans doing the best that we can. There is no perfect way. There's only the perfect way for me. And I choose to step into that. I choose to do business and success and money my way. I choose to receive money with ease. And feeling that ease in my body, feeling the expansiveness of anything can happen. It is safe for me to receive what I want with how I am now. I don't need to change anything. The only thing I need to change is how I feel about where I am. It is safe for me to receive money and the success I desire exactly how I am. I get to be human, I get to be messy, and I still get to make the money I want. I get to be human, I get to be messy, and I still get to make the money I want. Just feeling that feeling of abundance now, feeling that feeling of freedom, feeling that sense of awe and wonder, like anything can happen and that I am in control. It is so safe for me to receive. It is so safe for me to be confident. It is so safe for me to take action. I get to make money my way. I get to do business my way, and I get to have success my way. Oh, that was a big one. Okay. So now I want you to drop it in the chat. On a scale from 1 to 10, I am a successful person. 10, I know, right? 10 being like, yeah, I'm successful. I know we didn't really talk much about that, but I'm just curious what came through. I'm a successful person. Good. Good. And I'm curious if you try to move that up, Kara, see if you can play with it. What do you need for it to be an 8? Just see. The rest of you too, play with it. A lot of wisdom will come from that. See what you need for it to go up, like literally reach out and grab it and try to move it. See if it gets stuck, see what the story is, see where the resistance is. Okay. I deserve to have what I want now. I deserve to have what I want now. 10 being like, yeah. Good. I love all this. I am the person who creates what I want. Oh my gosh, I'm loving these numbers, guys. I am the person that creates what I want. Good. I am confident that I will receive the money I desire. And guys, if it's lower than an 8, play with it. What do you need for it to go up? And also, after this call, do some installing. And if you struggle to install the confidence with getting the money that you want, for you, the visualization may tip it. We're still going to do the visualization. It may tip it because you're very visual, but you can install like, I am confident that I will receive the money I want. And just notice what needs to come up, because when you do this, your brain will tell you what to say. It'll be like, oh, I need to feel this way. I need to say this. But it's the intention is to install, I am confident that I'll make the money I want. But for you, maybe visualization, just play around with it. Okay, so now I want you guys to like kind of shake out your body because we moved some stuff. And all I want you to do is close your eyes. Now, how close is your money goal? And don't drop it in the chat yet because we're going to go through a process, but just notice where it is. Is it further away or closer? Is it brighter? Does it seem close? Does it seem doable? Just notice there's no right or wrong. No right or wrong way to do this. And now all I want you to imagine is turn up the brightness, bring the picture closer, make sure it's clear, it's not grainy. And then I want you to imagine that that money is raining from the sky and that you're hearing it hit the ground. Like you can literally hear pieces of paper hitting the ground, hitting you. You can smell it, you can feel it. And maybe you're walking and you can hear yourself walking in the crunch of the money paper, right? Bring as many senses as you can until it like clicks in. You'll know when it clicks in because it'll become very bright and vivid and it'll seem very like, oh yeah, this is it. This is doable. Okay. Sit in that experience for as long as you need, making sure that you feel very good, right? So bringing love, bringing gratitude, because when you elevate these emotions with that sort of visual that's bringing in your senses, this is making it your baseline. This is telling your brain and body, this is my natural, this is my normal. And what do we call in? What do we allow ourselves to experience? What feels natural and normal. And now I just want you to see the amount that you want. Put it in the visual. Is it there? Is it close? Is it clear? Is it bright? Play around. This is your playground. Make it bright, make it big, make it feel good. Do whatever you need to do to make it feel good. But like calm, not excited, but like gratitude, love, anything is possible. That's what you want to attach. And you'll feel it. It'll like click in. It'll be like, and I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. You guys let me know when you're done with that. But take all the time you need here. Sometimes it feels really good and you just want to hang out there. And if you're having trouble, let me know. So drop in the chat, or like no rush, but drop in the chat or thumbs up when you guys feel good, so I know what's going on. Yeah. I know it does. It feels so good. I've had people literally be like, I don't want to come back from this. Okay. So now I'm just going to ask you the questions again and notice if it changed. And especially for you, Krista, because you're very visual. So I'm curious if this changed it for you. I am confident that I will receive my money goal. 10 being like, yes, it's happening. It's mine. It's done. Place my order with Amazon. It's coming. I don't need to worry about it. Good. At least you got up to an 8. So now either visualize or tap or journal, whatever you need to do to get it up to a 10. Oh my gosh, I'm loving these numbers. And just notice, guys, sometimes it's enough to just do this work and not like the only reason, okay, not the only reason, but a big reason I have grounded action and I really push for that is because it helps finish the neural pathway. Because when we take action, like inspired and aligned action, it helps like cement it. So think about your old neural pathway feels bad about money and you're like drawing a circle in the sand and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay. So what we're trying to do with the grounded action is to pattern interrupt, to create a new neural pathway. And the more that you do, the deeper that new neural pathway becomes strengthened and the old one weakened and will just kind of go away. Does that make sense? Right? I'm just trying to tell you why. So sometimes it's enough to just do this work, but notice if any inspired action does drop in. Like last week, Heather had some inspired action and she got insane results from following that. So just notice if anything drops in of like, oh, I've been wanting to do this, or I've been wanting to collaborate on that, or I want to offer this, like notice, oh, maybe, you know what, maybe I need to change my offers. Like maybe I need to change my price points. Just notice. And if there's nothing, that's okay too. Right? Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Like we're done. I expected to go over a little bit, but I feel like everyone's really good. So you guys are, if you want to come off mute, especially because I did talk a lot of stuff about the membership today, I can stop recording, but if you guys need anything, let me know. But I feel like you guys are really supported now. Okay, good deal. Wonderful. Okay. You guys let me know if you need anything. Be watching the Facebook group and emails for the heartbeat. I'm gonna have to email the people that work here. Yeah. And that's good to notice, guys, when you notice that, hey, I respond really well to visual, or I respond really well to tapping and visual. That is your own secret sauce recipe for success. Notice that. So if that's your thing, use that. Okay. You are so welcome. I'll see you guys next week. I on Thursday. Heather, you can make Thursday. I know you said you might have to leave a little bit early, but you were the only person that couldn't make Thursday, I think. And so I'm like, okay. So I just want to make sure you're good with that. So well, either way, I'm going to message you. Okay. I'll message you personally either way, because I'm going to offer you something. So I'll message you personally. Is Instagram or Facebook better? Instagram. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.